man, where is that thing? Oh, sorry. Hey guys. Coming up next, I'm going to be talking about soft wash ball valve guns and the trigger guns, DIY versus ready to use, and how to put those together. So stay tuned for that coming up next. Okay guys, so I want to go over soft wash guns. That's another item that we have on the website that you can buy ready to use or DIY, which of course means you can put it together yourself. So we have the soft wash ball valve gun, which is my favorite. Been using it for years. One of the reasons I like about it is, one of the things I like about it is it doesn't restrict the flow like a trigger gun does. So it just gives you a tad bit more distance, maybe a little more volume, but really it just helps a little bit on the distance. Not a, you may not notice it. It's not really like measurable, like 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, something like that, but it's just a little bit more. They're very durable. The only time we have to change them really is if we break them, or if I think they just start looking ratty and old or whatever. They're very durable. So that's the ones that I've been using for many years. I'll give you a little tip on using these in a little bit, because they're a little different. They're not a little different, they're a lot different than a trigger gun. The other ones that we have are the Udor trigger gun, like this, very popular. And then we have the Suttner soft wash gun. Both of these are trigger guns, and so the nice things about trigger guns is that when you're spraying and you let go, you stop spraying. And so that's a great thing to be able to do. It's if you've got this and you're on a roof and you drop this and it starts sliding, it's still spraying. So you have to be real careful that you don't drop something like that, or you have some measures in place with your ground guide to be able to run over, turn your machine off or something, because if it rolls down into bushes or whatever and it's still spraying, that could be a problem. So all new guys that come through my school, I always recommend to start off with a trigger gun, especially if they're brand new to the business. Either one, these are both great guns. This is the Udor, and then this is the Suttner. And then another trigger gun that's very popular is the Gilmore water garden hose gun. And so it comes, the way we sell it, it comes with the little fitting that you can screw onto the end, and then you can put your 1/4 inch fitting so that you can put your J-rod in it. This is probably my least favorite gun of all. A lot of people like them. It's just a personal preference thing. I don't like having to keep the trigger held, and then you got to kind of move it a little bit to get that right stream that you like, where it doesn't have mist, or maybe you want a little bit more mist, or not much adjustment there. And so that's one of the reasons I don't like it, is because of the trigger, always having to hold it in, and then you can't really kind of fine tune, especially if you're using a shooter nozzle like our slingshot. But again, very popular. We sell a lot of these, and you just adapt down here at the bottom to whatever fitting you need for whatever size that you need. For all of these, the ball valve gun and the trigger guns or whatever, they usually come with the standard 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch barb. If you needed something bigger, you could ask us. We could do 1/2 inch to 5/8 or 1/2 inch to 3/4 or whatever. But these are very, very easy to put together, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. But we'll get set up here in just a second, and I'll show you how to put these together. But one of the things I wanted to explain to you about the ball valve gun is you have to be very careful, because if you're spraying, most people, when they first start out with a ball valve gun like this and they're spraying and they want to turn this off, what they'll do is they'll bring this ball valve over to their hand to turn it off. And so what's happening is it's still spraying. And so you could be coming across the wall through some bushes or whatever, it's still spraying across a window, whatever. You just have to really train yourself that when you're spraying and you want to turn it off, you bring your hand up to the ball valve and turn it off. And I've been using these so long that as I'm spraying, I can pretty much get my hand right by the ball valve, and I'm ready to turn it off. I'll just grab it, turn it off. So I'll have the hand ready. So if you decide to go with one of these, just teach yourself, don't bring it down to your hand, bring your hand up to the ball valve to turn it off, okay? So we'll go over and put a couple of these together, show you how to do these. Hey guys, got a lot going on in the shop, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and that'll give you notifications every time I come out with something that can help you. And got a lot going on, got a lot of videos coming out pretty soon with some new products and stuff like that, and some educational stuff to help you guys out too. But subscribe, like, leave a comment, question, hit that bell for notification. Okay guys, so for all three of these, they basically all have the same components, whether you're using the trigger guns or the ball valve gun, except for this one. This is a little different, and I'll show you it in a minute. So you've got plastic trigger guns and a ball valve gun, and then you've got metal hose barbs, and then you've got the plastic reducer to allow your 1/4-inch fitting to go in so you can put your J-rod on there. And so anytime you've got plastic fittings and metal going into plastic or plastic going into the plastic, I never use Teflon tape. What I use is the blue, True Blue. You can see it's chemical resistant. It's here's a new bottle, pipe thread sealant, and it is corrosion proof. It's I don't mean corrosion proof, chemical resistant, vibration resistant, all that. Been using this for a couple years. It works great. There's other brands and stuff out there that people like, but we've had really good success with this, and so that's why we've been using it. So basically all you've got to do is take your hose barb piece like this, and you're going to, what I do, let me see if I can show. I just kind of pull this up because this is a full one, and I pull the brush up, and I just kind of run in a circle the pipe dope onto it, the True Blue onto it, and then I'm just going to take this end and I'm going to stick it into the end of the ball valve, and then I'll snug it up with my hand, and then I just take an adjustable wrench, give it a couple of turns till it kind of snugs up. I don't want to over tighten. And then I do the same thing here. So with the poly fitting, what I do is use the 1/4-inch fitting as kind of a holder instead of trying to do this, and then I end up running the brush or get some of that blue stuff on my finger. You're gonna get it on your fingers no matter what. I mean, let's just deal with that. But anyway, just do the same thing, kind of roll it around. I like to get it all on all sides of it because this acts as a sealant as well as a sealer to help seal, glue, bind it together, all that kind of stuff. So I do the same thing with this. Just kind of snug it up till I feel it's nice and tight. This is going to go in a little bit further. Then I unscrew my 1/4-inch fitting. Do the same thing over here. And then screw that in, and you're good. So very simple, easy process, and it's really the same thing on all of these guns, whether it's the trigger guns like this or the ball valve gun like that. And then of course you could always just stick your 1/2-inch hose on there. If that's the size hose you're using, put a hose clamp on it first, and then you're good to go. Very simple, easy setup. Like I said, you can get these ready to use, or we build them for you. You pay a little extra for that, or you can buy them DIY. We just send the guns and the fittings, and you put them together in your own little shop. Good thing for you to learn how to do that. so that you're familiar. On this one, since this is all metal to metal, then what I do is I do use Teflon just as a habit, really, but it does kind of help seal it up a little bit. I know some guys probably don't use that. And then I actually use the same little True Blue. Again, I don't use this Gilmore gun very much, but I would just roll that around just like I did on the other, passing it into there. And then I'm going to do the same thing with these fittings, with your 1/4 inch coupler, and this is a little fitting with it's got an actual hose washer in it, and so that just screws onto there. So I would tape this up, screw that on, kind of snug it up, and then screw that on. Now that's only, guys, if you're going to be using the J-rod on this, that's the only time that you would want to have it set up like this. You can always not use this portion of it and just spray out of that if you want. There's a lot of guys that just use it that way so that they can go from a cone shape to a straight stream or whatever. So you can always do it that way too. But anyway, that's how on the soft wash guns, that's what I wanted to cover today. Kind of a basic, not a whole lot there for you, but I just trying to encourage some people to learn how to put some things together themselves and buy things DIY so that they save themselves a little bit money and learn how to work with the glues and the fittings, and you learn sizes of fittings that way. The more you can put your hands on things and put them together, the better. So hey, don't forget my online video school, pressurecleaningschool.com/join. You can go there. I'm actually in the process of revamping it, and the price is going to go up a little bit. So you might want to jump on that. I promise you it will drastically cut your learning curve. You have the ability to take a house washing course. It has estimates. Estimates in it, how to wash a house, chemical ratios for all the different types of surfaces, how to bid jobs, what we do for property protection. We also have a class on roof cleaning, property protection, and concrete cleaning. And then there's over 200 something videos. I've had this thing for 10 years. This is the 11th year. So just a lot of content that you just can't beat. All in one place. You have the ability to take tests. If you'd like to take tests, you can do that as well. So that's at pressurecleaningschool.com. And then our next class coming up in August, I'm not sure of the dates, but we'll throw those up there for you. I think it's around the 10th or 11th or something like that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you soon. Hey, don't forget, subscribe, hit the bell, leave me a comment, ask a question. Be glad to help you guys. Y'all take care.